Camilla Parker Bowles and Princess Anne were both romantically linked with Andrew Parker Bowles in the early 70s, but the Crown gets several aspects of the royal love triangle wrong in the new series, according to a royal biographer. The royal family returned to our screens on Sunday with the premiere of The Crown Season 3. Although fictionalized, The Crown is based on real events, and this series features a complicated set of royal love affairs. Camilla Parker Bowles and Prince Charles first met in the early 70s, and the latest season of the hit Netflix drama takes in the years 1964 to 1977. When Charles romanced Camilla Shand, she was seeing her future husband Andrew Parker Bowles, who had already been linked with Charles' younger sister Princess Anne. Tina Brown's 2007 biography The Diana Chronicles also delves into the relationship between Princess Anne and Andrew Parker Bowles. Ms. Brown wrote, "Andrew adored women. And, like his father, he was a royal groupie. One of his earlier diversions was a torrid affair with Princess Anne, who, in her stern way, has always enjoyed a roll in the hay." There was a romantic reenactment of La Ronde on the dance floor at Annabelle's one night in 1971 when it was clear that Princess Anne was in love with Andrew Parker Bowles, Camilla was in love with him too, and Charles was in love with Camilla. Camilla went on to marry Andrew in 1973, after her initial romance with Prince Charles ended when he was deployed on military service. Princess Anne married her first husband Mark Phillips in 1973, but still remains good friends with Andrew Parker Bowles to this day. However, a royal historian claims that the love affairs did not overlap in the way the Netflix series depicts. Speaking to Vanity Fair this week, royal biographer Sally Bedell-Smith said, "Anne and Andrew started dating in June 1970. She added that Charles did not meet Camilla until the summer of 1972, long after Andrew and Anne's romance was over. They were introduced by mutual friend Lucia Santa Cruz, who told me about inviting them over for a drink at her flat in London. Charles fell madly in love with Camilla, but to her, it was a fling, he was the Prince of Wales." Indeed, according to royal biographer Penny Junor, getting the news of Camilla's engagement broke Charles' heart. In her 2017 book The Duchess, Ms. Junor writes, she wrote to Charles herself to tell him. It broke his heart. He did have one last-ditch attempt to get Camilla to change her mind, however. He wrote to her the week before the wedding asking her not to marry Andrew. Nevertheless, the wedding went ahead. Her mother, Rosalind, was not entirely happy about it. She didn't think Andrew treated her daughter very well, but Camilla was determined. Ms. Bedell-Smith also took a look at some scenes in The Crown which set up a secret meeting between the Queen Mother, and Princess Anne where Anne tells her mother and grandmother that Camilla is in love with Andrew, not Charles. The suggestion the episode makes is that the royal family encouraged the Parker Bowles marriage, which Ms. Bedell-Smith claims is untrue. She said, interfering like that is something the Queen would never do. It was highly unlikely that she even knew about Charles and Camilla. It was generally known that Camilla was in love with Andrew Parker Bowles and wanted to marry him. But no one took the romance between Charles and Camilla seriously. They were sort of under the radar. The only one who really knew about it was Charles's great-uncle, Lord Mountbatten, and he promoted it. He invited them to Broadlands together. But the idea that the Queen and the Queen Mother would conspire like that is laughable. She added, the only people who were plotting were Camilla's and Andrew's fathers, Bruce Shand and Derek Parker Bowles. She said the two were tired of Andrew's foot dragging after years of an on-again, off-again romance. Ms. Bedell-Smith went on, they were the ones who got together and published an engagement announcement in the Times on March 15, 1973. Once that happened Andrew was forced into proposing. But it wasn't because of anyone in the royal family.